Chase was murdered by unknown means at 10 p.m. on the 25th. Sometime at least 2 hours later, she had been launched with some kind of glass bottle in her apartment. Miss Chase had also met with John at 3 p.m. on the day of the murder, and also had gotten herself completely soaked by unknown means. That's not a lie. Yeah, that's why we need to start deducing things using what we have on hand. Deduce? Yes, deduce, like Sherlock Holmes and stuff. Amoeba logic and connect the dots. Let me give you an example. When Miss Chase was first discovered, there was entirely no notice of how she had been completely soaked. How can this be? The first responders were clumsy. The killers dried her off. She dried off naturally. I feel like the killers tried to dry her off. Yes, exactly. The killer must have dried her off. But how did they dry her off? Remember the state of her clothing when we were expecting her at the morgue? What method could explain the unique drying pattern? The killer dried her off with a towel. The killer dried her off with the weather. The killer dried her off with the AC. I get the feeling the killer tried to dry her off with the AC. Bingo! The killer used the AC to accelerate her body being dry. That's why the apartment was so cold when we first arrived and why she was the only one dry on the outside, whilst more water absorbent areas like her hair and the fabric of her clothes were still damp. Whether or not, it doesn't change the fact that Miss Chase was killed. Yet, the killer made a huge effort in hiding that fact. Why would they do such a thing? The killer wanted to be tidy. The killer wanted to hide their crime, and the killer could have been traced back. If that was the case, they would have hid the body as well now, wouldn't they? Whether or not, it doesn't change the fact that Miss Chase was killed. Yet the killer made a huge effort in hiding that fact. Why would they do such a thing? The killer could have been traced back? Exactly. But we know that's what the killer was afraid of because they intentionally left a red herring on the crime scene to throw the investigation off. That's post-mortem belonging. I don't know how to pronounce the word right, Christ. What could the real cause of death tell us about the killer? The true location of the murder, the identity of the killer, and the motive of the killer. Not the identity, because we still don't know. Could have been the motive. We don't know who the killer is, Nate. What could be the real cause of death to tell us about the killer? I wish that was the case. I got this wrong. Alright. And last but not least, what does the killer's efforts in placing the murder at the apartment tell us about their intentions? The killer wanted to mess with the police? Nah, that doesn't seem right. The killer liked the apartment better? Nah, the killer was trying to frame someone. Exactly! That's why I'm thinking it's her husband! It has to be her husband. Now we're getting somewhere. So let's run over everything and we've just deduced. Banger, bro. At 10 p.m. last night, Mrs. Chase was killed somewhere outside of her apartment. Whatever method it was, it led to her being completely soaked. That's somehow incriminating for her killer. In order to avoid this, the killer disguised it first by moving Mrs. Chase's body into the apartment, using the towel and the AC to dry her body out as much as possible. The hanging shirt also corroborate this theory. To completely mask their involvement in the murder, the killer has gone through the effort of purposely misleading the police, striking the victim on the head in order to create a second potential cause of death. Somehow, the killer knew that the police wouldn't investigate further if there was an obvious cause of death at the scene. that wasn't enough either. The killer wanted a scapegoat too, and the killer had a specific one in mind because they knew John was at the apartment that day. In conclusion, the killer is someone who has insight of the goings of Mrs. Chase, an apartment that has at least some level of knowledge of the police homicide procedures. The killer is somehow personally implicated by the true scene of the murder, and Miss Chase could not have been killed in her own apartment. Intriguing. Wow. How long have you been sitting on like this? What do you mean? Have you just figured all this out since your visit at the morgue? Or since the apartment? What? No! Sometimes you really make me wonder if I'm the detective here, Damien. Don't say that! You absolutely are! But sometimes you just need a nudge in the right direction. And some reaffirmations that your gut feelings are sound. What do you mean, my gut feelings? You've been suspicious of this case since this morning, right? I know you have, but you haven't actually said anything about it at all until just now. You're not confident in your own judgment. Like you're scared of being wrong or something. So you just decided to stay quiet. But you are capable. You just managed to deduce everything here with just the evidence provided. That's good detective work, Nate. You just need the confidence to be able to own up to it. You know, it's a real waste that you're not working as a detective too. Oh, come on, Nate. You know that's not my scene. Still, you just managed to deduce my own feelings completely. And that's good detective work too, Damien. You underestimate how obvious low confidence look like to another person. No way! It can't be that obvious, right? Isn't April always telling you to stand up straighter? Stop. You're all ganging up on me. And we'll keep going until you own up to being a great detective. Stop! You're embarrassing me in front of the other... Hello? Hello? Nate! Oh, Jameson! Are the reports done? Yeah, it's better to explain in person. I'm coming over right now. What do you say? The reports are done, but he doesn't sound too excited about it. And how does Nate gut feeling think about this information? Please don't call it that. And I feel like whatever Jameson found out might be related to what we just deduced. That's more like it. Doesn't it feel better to say it out loud? It does. Thank you. But we really have to get going now. Don't worry. I'm your chauffeur, remember? Thank you for coming in such short notice. How do I say this? It appears that Mrs. Chase's death was caused by drowning. The dirt sample also supports this. It's from a river within the neighborhood. The same dirt was also in her lungs. What? That's a huge lead. That's great news. Thank you for much help, Jameson. Is there something wrong? You don't look too well. It's just, well, when I went to amend the report, her files were all unavailable. I checked with the police, and it seems like they already run with a separate report and charge someone for it. That's suspicious. Yep, and that's not it either. I tried to find an initial report to see if it was all just a big processing mistake, but it's all gone too. The initial report? first arrived on the scene. You have it? Yeah, here you go. So it's true. What's it all... What? That it's all one big cover-up? Don't say it so loudly! It's true though, isn't it? Someone's intentionally trying to keep this under wraps, and they're making John take the fall for it. But why would they do that? Isn't a particular high-profile case. And for all we know, Mrs. Chase never been involved with anything shady ever. I don't know. I really hope it isn't, but... Wait, Nate! You're the detective in charge of this case currently, right? If you bring this in before they make a formal allegation on John, we might still be able to serve this case back around. That's true. Well then, what are we waiting for? Chop chop! And they zoom on by. It can't be. They can't cover it up, right? I mean, that's conspiracy. Damien's deductions were on point, but neither of us knew that it would lead to this. Hey! Nate! Oi! We're here. Right. Yeah. You good? We don't have to do this if you're not up for it. What do you mean by that? If this is really a cover-up, then you'd be exposing yourself as someone snooping around by doing this. They might even choose to remove you if they feel like you know too much. Are you really up for that? Of course! How could you even ask that? If there really was a cover-up going, then that means John is being framed. How could I? In a good conscience, would an innocent man be punished for a crime he didn't even commit? How would I be able to sleep at night knowing that I had the choice to bring Olivia justice to choose not to? That's true. You're that type of person, after all. Way too kind for your own good. Huh? Nothing. Let's go. Why if... I can't voice act for nothing! Why if it isn't the Fisher boy and his sidekick back again so soon? The autopsy report for Oliveria Chase is outdated. Her real cause of death is drowning, not her head injury. Are you trying to mess with us? We've all got the evidence of John being the prime suspect. The case is as clear as day, Fisher. The guy is caught red-handed. He murdered Olivia. No, that's not true. Listen to me. The evidence is right here. Come on, let's go, John. We're taking you to where you belong. Help! Stop! Let him go! Just listen to us. We're the ones in charge. Not anymore. Haven't you heard? The case is now handled by your dad. What? Seriously? Are you deaf? Look, here he comes. What's this all about? Bro, looks like if he could be Griefer's dad, but like very mean and bald. Chief, Mr. Fisher and your son are causing a scene at our station. I just want to be able to tell them about it. I'll take it from here. Oh God, this situation has escalated way worse than I expected. Shouldn't be frozen at this moment. I need to say something, but I can't. I feel like I'm suffocating. On what grounds? We're the ones assigned to this case. Doesn't matter. You two, both off, and that's final. Mr. Fisher, you are no longer in charge of this. Leave immediately, or you will be warned for insubordination. Wouldn't it look too good on your record now, would it? You're threatening your own assistant? How? Damien. Oh, I get it. This is a conspiracy, right? That's why you're in a rush to put John behind bars. Damien. When we have evidence that he's innocent. Damien! Neither of them is talking now. Everything went silent. Everyone in the station is staring at us. At the scene. I swear to you, if it's like, the boss, I forgot his name already. It's totally the boss. We definitely messed up this time. Leave now. That's an order. Fine. Bro, it's the boss. I'm telling you, it's either the boss or Chase's, Mrs. Chase's husband, who I don't know the name of, because they didn't say it. I have my theories. I knew something wasn't right when I first got in the case. Maybe I shouldn't really have dug into it in the first place. Damien. What's this damn issue? We had it right there. We could have solved it right then and there. Out of what happened. Now we'll never know what happened to poor Miss Oliveria. All because he decided to butt in his stupid head and derail our entire investigation. There's got to be something going on behind the scenes. I don't trust him. I don't trust anybody in that goddamn station. You're excluded, of course. No offense. Sorry, I'm overacting. Whatever that they're trying to hide, it's got something to do with him. He wouldn't go through the effort of covering up a case like that. Otherwise, I can't see the reason either. But what can we do? He's not going to let us back in. And now I'm probably going to get a warning on my record. You're right. So we should stop for now, and even if I don't want to. Whoever made this game, they're goated. They're awesome for this, because I just started playing this. It's so freaking cool, bro. Like, the art style and the storytelling is so awesome, and the characters have so much personality, bro. Has so much personality, and I love it so much. I am so sorry for my poor voice acting and everything. I just wanted to stream myself, like, playing, or not stream, record myself just playing this game for kicks and giggles. Because I already played the prologue. I didn't record that, unfortunately. But this is like the ending of like the video. Yeah. I would recommend playing this game because low-key, it's so fire, and I love it. I love it so much. This is, and thank you for watching me play. August Astro out.